The first stop of our journey has been Jerusalem, the holy city. Jerusalem is a city which is unique in the whole world.
It's really touching to see so many people praying like their own gods.
We are at the Western Wall, which is the holiest religious site for the Jewish people, and the rocks are the remain of the original temple that was built under King Solomon.
The Dome of the Rock is the symbol of Jerusalem and one of the most pictured buildings in the world. This is the Holy Sepulchre, probably the holiest site for the Christian world. This place is extremely interesting because you can find all the layers, all the aspects of the Christian world. The Catholic Church, the Greek Orthodox Church, the Armenian Church, all share this place. Our big suggestion, come and visit this place in the evening, just before they close down, around 7:30. We came here last night and it was a much more mystical and spiritual experience. We are currently walking along the Via Dolorosa, the path that Jesus Christ had when he was crucified. Very interesting things to notice here is that you can see the 1,000 faces of Christian world. First made in Jerusalem, it's falafel. The old city of Jerusalem is contained within 1 square kilometer within the old city walls that were built during the medieval period. The city is divided into 4 quarters: the Christian quarter, where there is the Holy Sepulchre, the Muslim quarter with the bazaars and the Dome of the Rock, the Armenian quarter, the smallest one, in the southwest, and then on the southeast we have the Jewish quarter with the Western Wall.
We definitely recommend you to do the Ramparts walk. It will take you all around the old city on the old walls, and you can see everything from here.
What really impressed me about Jerusalem is the 1,000 faces that you can see there, each with their own story and with their own motivation to be there. There are the pilgrims as well as the people praying at the Waning Wall with a strong religious motivation. The locals that are trading at the bazaar, or are they doing like their job, like in preparing bread. The tourists. Policemen that are patrolling all the town.
As they say, third time lucky, finally we managed to see the market of Machne Yehuda. starting from the evening of the Friday, going to the following day, so the evening of the Saturday, there is the Shabbat, which kind of like proved a bit difficult to find a place to eat, but ultimately we found like a nice little place where we could find a bit of food.
We left Jerusalem, rented a car, and now we are going to explore in north of Israel. The next destination is Caesarea.
We are in the Caesarea National Park. Caesarea was founded by the Phoenicians, and it was one of the main harbor cities for the Romans and for the Crusaders.
We arrive in Akko in North Israel on the Mediterranean coast. This is also an ancient city, but it's very unique because it's one of the very few that dates back to the Crusader period. So it has a very medieval character. Really interesting in Akko has been to see the sign left by the Italian merchants. There is a place called Venice Square, as well as like a Pisan port, and as well as a neighbor of the town dedicated to the Genovese.
We are in Tzfat, which is in the northern Galilee, and it's the town famous for the Kabbalah.
Tzfat is really a surreal place. Out of Tzfat, we visited the Golan Heights, which has been probably the jewel of our trip to Israel. This is the Nimrod fortress, which is an imposing castle built by the Muslims to protect Damascus from a possible attack by the Crusaders. It is built here on the Golan Heights and overlooks the entire Hula Valley. We also stopped for lunch in one of the Druze villages. The Druze is like a local population whose religion is like a unique religion. They are not Muslim, they are not Jewish, they are not Christian. It's really a unique religion that was developed around here.
We are in the Tel Aviv National Reserve, and the Dan River is actually an affluent of the Jordan River. The reserve is really nice, not only because of like the nature and all the flowers and the different animals, but also because there's still ruins of an ancient city which was mentioned in the Bible as well.
We are in an Israeli trench, exactly where the former border between Israel and Syria was until the war in 1967. The border was just a few meters from here. This area was very contentious because here there was the sources of the Dan River, which were a source of spring water, very important, and eventually the Israeli took over the entire region.
While we were passing through the Golan, we had a glimpse of Syria because actually the border is really close.
We are at the Helfaher, which nowadays is known as the Golani Lookout. This was a site with bunkers and barracks of the Syrian army. It was conquered by the Israeli during the Six-Day War. The name Golan obviously reminds of the war, but actually it is probably one of the most beautiful regions in Israel, and definitely the one that we like the most. This is the Sea of Galilea. On this shore, Jesus multiplied the bread and the fish. It's a very ancient lake, known since Bible times. You can see the Jordan Valley, and the hills on the other side is actually Jordan. In the last year we traveled in the region and we visited beautiful Roman cities of Baalbek in Lebanon and Jerash in Jordan. Also here in Israel there is an amazing example, historical city of Beth Shean. In 2018 we were on the Jordan side of the Dead Sea. Now we are experiencing again the funny floating on its very salty water.
We spent a couple of nights on the shore of the Dead Sea, and we had the opportunity to go and visit the Masada. We are on the Masada Plateau, one of the UNESCO World Heritage Monuments since 2001. Here is where a group of Jewish fled after the Romans decided to attack Jerusalem. The Romans came here and attacked the city. After a few months of trying to penetrate the plateau, the Romans managed to, but they found everyone dead here because the Jewish decided to kill themselves instead of becoming a slave of the Roman Empire. This is one of the reasons why Masada is one of the national symbols here in Israel.
We are Ein Gedi, which is an oasis near the Dead Sea. We are currently exploring the national park of the Wadi David, and it's really a nice walk, and there is a lot of waterfalls.
This was our very first trip with Bianca. The whole country is family oriented, so it was actually really nice to travel with the baby. Everyone was stopping and, you know, looking at the baby.
We got love that we'll never need to hide. Love will always rise above.
The whole experience was interesting, not without challenges, but we're just looking forward to the next one.
Take my hand and let's fly away to another galaxy. Hold me close, I want to feel your love. Together we are free.
We are enjoying some nice food here in Tel Aviv, which is the capital of Israel, and it's actually where our journey ends.
Just be with me. Now we're one with the sun over our heads, and at night we'll be...
With this trip we ended the project, started about a year ago to visit the region of the Levant. In 2018 we visit Lebanon and Jordan, and finally obviously we visit Israel and Palestine.
As we already seen in Jordan and in Lebanon, for example, here as well, the culture, the religious beliefs, the richness of the spirituality is really mesmerizing.
Similar to Lebanon and Jordan, Israel as well is at a focal point on the Silk Road. One of the oldest inhabited regions in the world, and the richness of all of these histories can still be seen today.